Hi, and welcome to Mermaid Song Tarot. We're so happy for you to be here, Gemini. This is your April 2023 reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign Geminis. This is a general reading, so make sure that you go see the readings for your moon and your rising sign to get a more clear, complete picture of how the energy is going to work out for you in the month of April. And since it is a general reading, not everything is going to be for everybody. That's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. Just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I want to thank you for being here and for taking the time to join me. Okay, so as always, I'd like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, and fabulousness. And I ask that the messages be clear and concise and for the highest good of everyone who sees this video. Awesome. Okay, Gemini, we are going to do 3 cards for your recent past, 3 cards for your present, and 3 cards for your future. Keep in mind this all kind of melds together to give you an overall message for the month. So even if I say it's in the past, it might actually not be in your past. It might be coming towards you. So just go with the flow. All right. 2 more cards, please. We'll see what you're going to have happen or what we need to know for Gemini for April. 1 more card, please. It's thinking about it. The perfect card is going to fly out. All right. Excellent. Okay, Gemini, here we go. We have the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is a clear thinking, swift talking energy. Swords has to do with the element of air, and that has to do with our thoughts and our mental processes and our communications with one another. So bear in mind, Gemini, this is definitely a Gemini type card because this has to do with you. You're really great at thinking on your feet, being good with words. You have a swift mind, very intelligent. However, sometimes this knight can come off as cold and unfeeling. He tends to stick to the facts and not take into account people's feelings. So use this as a cautionary tale to watch your words this month, is what I'm hearing. We'll get more on that as we pull more cards for the reading. Your next card, Gemini, is the 8 of Swords. Now, the 8 of Swords, again, more swords. So this is in the realm of thinking, our mind. And the 8 of Swords always shows someone who seems to be trapped. However, this is a trap of their mind. It's a trap of their thoughts. And it is a trap of their own making. So the message in this card is always, you have the ability to change your thoughts, to change your mind at any time, and release yourself from this trap. So, in what ways are your thoughts keeping you trapped, Gemini? That's a good question to ask. Then we've got the 3 of Pentacles. I love this card. This is one of my favorites. Pentacles has to do with the element of earth and our resources, right? So Pentacles has to do with things like our money, our career, our relationships. It has to do with our health, anything that is supporting us. And in the 3 of Pentacles, what we see is the beginning of a journey of building resources, and he is hard at work. This is a card of continuing to do the work, a little bit of an apprenticeship here. He's just beginning to learn how to craft, right? So you're at the beginning of a journey, Gemini, one in which your quick mind is going to help you as long as you don't allow your whirling thoughts to overwhelm you and you keep your eyes on what is it that you're building. All right, let's pull 3 more cards for present energy in April for Gemini. Okay, there's 1, 2 more, please. Okay. And one more. Ooh, and it's flying out at me. Okay, good. All right, your next card for the present energy is the Five of Wands. Now, the Wands is the suit that corresponds to the element of fire. Fire has to do with our passion, our desires, and our actions. And in the Five of Wands, 5 is an unstable number. So what we see here is some instability. We got a whole bunch of people wanting to be leaders, but no one wants to follow the directions. Pardon me. Excuse me. Yeah, this card often cracks me up. It makes me think of a bunch of boys with sticks and they're just whacking at each other, you know, like it's chaos, right? There's no directed action. See, none of these wands are going in the same direction. And wands is about our actions. So this is a caution of how are you directing your action? And is it lined up with your thoughts and your communications? Do your actions line up with what you say you're going to do? Oh, okay. All right, then the next thing we have is the King of Wands. So we go from the 5, which is like a bunch of chaos, and then we come here to the King. Now the King of Wands, he's a leader, and he leads through delegation. He's very suave, very rico suave. He can be very charismatic. He, like many leaders, and he is good at getting people to follow him because he's tapped into his passions, right? But he's more of a delegator. He's not one that really enjoys getting down in the dirt to do the job. He's the one that sees the vision, the overall picture, and then is able to delegate so that the whole picture happens, right? So what this shows me is a progression. You've got 5 of Wands, and then you've got the King. So going from chaos to directed action, right? I like that. Then what do we have? Ooh, and then we have the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups is the king of his emotions, right? Cups corresponds to the element of water and represents our emotions. And we see ruled by Saturn there, as you can see in the top. This is the Gilded Tarot, by the way, and the backs of the cards look like this. I like this tarot. It's based on Rider-Waite deck, and but it's brighter and a little bit more modern, a little bit. Okay, so the King of Cups, he is the king of his emotions. He's compassionate and kind and loving and generous, but he doesn't let his emotions just overwhelm him. He is very decisive with them. This card is ruled by Saturn, so Saturn is the planet of rules and discipline, let's put it that way. So you've got an interesting thing here. So let me show you vertically. I showed you the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Then we have the 8 of Swords followed by the King of Wands. So when we get ourselves out of that, I call it the hamster wheel. The hamster wheel that we get ourselves stuck on when our thoughts are just running around and running away with us, then we can actually tap into our passions, right? When we don't let our brain take over quite so much. And then you've got this 3 of Pentacles where we show the beginning of a work. And then you've got the King of Cups. So the thing that you're working on should bring you some satisfaction and some joy, whatever it is that you're working on. Remember, Pentacles is your resources. So this could be a job. It could be your relationships, whether they be friendships or love interests. Could be your health that you're working on. You need to tap into your emotions and what feels good, as well as using your intellect. And then we see the progression here from 5 of Wands, King of Wands, and King of Cups. So we see some balance happening. I like it. All right, so balance is going to be necessary, Gemini, for you to move forward in April. Now, what else is coming towards us? We're going to pull 3 cards for what's coming towards Gemini. And then we'll take a look at the shadow card. That's the card at the bottom of the deck that represents the underlying energy of the reading. All right, so your first card of what's coming towards you is the World. Woo, always a good card. Now this is a card of completion. It is a card of endings, also beginnings, but it signifies the end of a major cycle in your life. It signifies an end to strife. See, so here we've got the Knight of Swords, then we've got the Five of Wands, and then we've got the World. So it looks like there's an end to some sort of strife and contention, not being able to put all of your actions forward. You're coming to the end of that, Gemini. So that's great news. Then your next card is King of Swords. Wow, you've got three kings at this point. So you're bringing in some balance. The King of Swords is going to be about, see if I can get it to focus, and of course not. Okay, so King of Swords is going to be about being balanced mentally. The King of Swords is all about using logic and facts. He does not let his emotions sway him, even though he takes those into account. He doesn't let those sway him, but he is more focused on seeing the truth of something, and it's about discernment, right? And you have this card directly under the Eight of Swords and the King of Wands. Then we've got the King of Swords. So again, we're trying to strike a balance here between this passion and action. So this is action and this is thought, right? So action, thought, and then emotions, because you have the King of Cups as well. And then your third card for what's coming towards you is the Ten of Pentacles. So I gotta say, this is a great ending for you, because look at all those resources. The Ten of Pentacles is the legacy card. It is the card that says, hey, I am building something that will last. And that something has to do with your resources. So that has to do with your relationships, your career, your money, your health, and when I say relationships, this includes your relationship with yourself and your relationship with your higher power. So it's all of those. And you have this directly under, you've got this Three of Pentacles. So we're building something. We're tapping into the emotions, what feels good. And then look what happens. Woohoo! Chest of gold. I love it. All right, and then if we look at them horizontally, we have the World, we have the King of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this cycle that you're coming to an end of, this signifies that the lessons that you've learned in your past experiences, you're bringing those forward. When you start your new cycle, you're going to have that wisdom to draw on. You have three kings here. So you've got the King of Action and Passion, you've got the King of Emotion, and you've got the King of Mental Ability and Facts. The only king that you don't have is the King of Pentacles in this reading. But you've got plenty of pentacles in the 10. So not to worry there. Now, your card at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands is a card that speaks about, let's see if I can get it to focus. Will you focus, for heaven's sakes? There it goes. Okay. The Seven of Wands speaks about defense, right? We see a man who is holding a wand, and then we see these other wands that are coming towards him. It looks like he's having to fend off, people that are holding these other wands that we can't see. So these people that we can't see. So this is basically standing up for yourself. What is your truth? And what are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to defend? What do you stand for? It's really a card of who are you and what do you value. So that's the energy under your whole reading. This tells me, and especially because you've got these three kings and you've got a nice balance here, it's saying to me that April is going to be a big month for you to really examine what you value and what you're willing to fight for, and then working towards that. Because you could be, you can know what you stand for, but if you don't work towards it, you're not going to achieve that legacy, right? Okay, we are going to pull an oracle card. This is the Whispers of Healing oracle deck. The artwork is by Josephine Wall, and the guidebook was written by Angela Hartfield. And I picked it because it's like spring. It's got these pretty watercolors. Made me think of spring. Okay, and you have Unexpected. Ooh. All right, let me find it and then I'll show you the card. Okay, Unexpected. So much of the world mistakenly believes there is a lack of resources. Holding a scarcity belief can be quite painful and cause unnecessary fear and desperation. An attitude of abundance recognizes there are always new chances, unexpected windfalls, and opportunities on the way. There is never just one opportunity, a lone choice, or a single chance. The number of opportunities matches the number of stars in the sky. This card is a boon. Right now you have a magical touch. You are going to receive good news, a huge opportunity, or something completely unexpected. Affirming your abundance will help shift your mindset so you can accept a life of plenty. That sounds exciting. Accept a life of plenty. I like that. That right there is speaking to that Eight of Swords. Releasing that anxiety, releasing the whirling thoughts, focusing on what you want, and then taking directed action. I love it. Gemini, this is going to be a good month for you. I'm very excited. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please click the like button and share it with someone who you feel will get some benefit out of it. I hope you'll comment as well. And click the notification bell so that you can be notified when the new videos come out. Thank you for spending time with me and Mermaid Song Tarot, and many blessings.